everybody. Nope. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Geriatric Millennials. This is Beth.
And this is Jayme.
And we're just two oldish, youngish ladies talking about random things we love.
I know.
I'm kind of excited. This was really fun.
It was. I can't wait to hear what you love. I have a pretty long list of just random little things.
Yeah. When I started thinking about like, what do I love in this world? I was like, oh, there's actually some things more than I thought.
For sure.
My little storm cloud got blown away for a minute. I was like, oh, there's some rays of sunshine out here.
Yes, for sure.
Okay, my first ray of sunshine is this. I absolutely love the first bite of an amazing meal.
Oh,
or the first bite of something you've trying for the first time or something you love to eat. And it's, that amuse-bouche where you get that first bite, like there's nothing better. And it just overwhelms your senses. And it's just like, what is this flavor and where is it going? And you're just following the path of ingredients or whatever it is. And it's just like, this was amazing.
Yeah.
Like, this was so good. Like, and I feel like those bites are few and far between. There's a lot of times, like, I'm just eating my normal food, right? I'm not having like a fancy dinner every night. Sometimes I'm eating popcorn, and honestly, popcorn's never done it for me like that, where it's just like, that was the best bite ever. I will tell you, I just had a flashback. One of the best bites of anything I've ever had in my life was in 8th grade at my friend Cherish's birthday party. And she had a slumber party with all these 8th grade girls. And her dad had gotten her a mint chocolate cake from, I think it was like a Winco. And it was just like a normal bakery cake. And I remember we were sitting around and I bit into the cake and I could feel my eyes, pupils like dilate. And my mouth, like it was like an explosion of flavor.
Was it because it was so unexpected? Because it was just not a typical flavor of cake?
I don't know why my body loved that cake, but it was just like, I mean, I just go to buy a piece of cake and then all of a sudden it was an experience.
Yeah.
And I think that happens a lot. Like you just are like, oh, I'm just going to go get some Thai food. And all of a sudden it's like, wait, that was an experience. Like it just something like the flavor profiles and the stars align and Mercury was in the right spot and everything just was like, isn't this delicious? And it's just like, that's my favorite thing when you just taste something that's just so wonderful that it just like immediately like elates you.
Yes. Okay. So I'm going to go with this. Because one of my favorite things to eat is one of my favorite treats in the whole wide world is a very simple caramel apple.
Oh my gosh, you and caramel apples. You love it.
I love it so much. And I love the simple caramel apple. I don't want a lot of the extra. I don't want sprinkles. I don't want nuts or candies or things added to it. What I want is a Granny Smith, tart Granny Smith green apple with simple, delicious caramel on it. And I want that combo because it's the sour and the sweet.
Yes.
And I like it sliced because I feel like it's easier to eat with the proper ratio of caramel to apple.
Yes.
And it's a simple treat. And I need to incorporate it into my life a little more often, I think.
Because I feel like it brings you joy.
It does. It's so good. It's so good. One of those things. It's just a little thing, but I love it.
Yeah. It can literally change your day.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking forward to, I need to make this happen.
Yes.
Oh. What's another one of yours?
This one might sound out of the box for me because me and people don't always get along. I'm not always searching for connection.
Okay.
However, I love it when I'm out and about and I unexpectedly run into someone I actually love.
Oh.
Like someone I haven't seen in a million years, like just, especially if you just bump into them and the key is that you're both excited to see each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where it's just like, oh my gosh. And you just hug and you're like, and the best part too is like when you're both like, you recognize it for what it is. Like, we're not going to get coffee. We're not making plans. We're just having this like 10-minute moment at the Target. And it's wonderful and great. And we both leave like, oh my gosh, that was so good to see you. And I love it so much.
It's great. Great. Love it.
It's a good one.
Okay. Here is something that I love. I love the color yellow.
That is so random. But I know this about you.
I love it. It's so cheerful and bright and fun. And I love the color yellow. I love seeing it. I love seeing it with my eyes. I mean, that's it. Yeah. That's pretty much it. It can be wherever it is, in nature, in the store,
Mm-hmm.
in a book, on a show. I mean, just wherever I see, like there's a pop of yellow right now behind your head.
Yeah.
I love that. I love
Just
it.
brings you joy. I love it. It's so on brand. It's not even funny.
I painted my door yellow so that I can see that when I walk into my house.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see that color.
That's really
Somebody came
cool.
to my house and they're like, who likes yellow? I was like, me.
Are you not looking around?
They were looking around. That's why they're like, okay, somebody here really likes yellow.
Oh my
Isn't that
goodness. I love that. Okay, this one is very specific, but like especially as days have gotten like crisper, there's nothing I love more than like I'm sitting in my house and all of a sudden I feel a little chilly. I'm a little cold and I go to my closet and I grab a hoodie and I put it on and it fits perfect. And now I'm a little bit warmer and I'm sitting with crisp air in a hoodie, just loving my life.
Yeah.
Like that feeling of like it's like that little hoodie hug of like, oh, you were a little cold. Now you're a little hoodie. So it just makes me so happy. It just makes me so happy.
I love that. Something that brings me joy, just a little thing. It's a little thing. And that is a bud vase.
A bud vase?
Yes. So it's a little tiny,
Yes.
a little tiny vase that you just put one flower in.
Yeah.
I love those. I love those.
It's amazing.
I just love them.
Yeah.
I love them.
I mean, they're adorable.
They're adorable and they're just simple and cute, and you can just put it somewhere and it's just like
do you own
like
them?
yeah, I
Okay.
have some.
Okay.
Yeah. And I occasionally will use them and I just think they're so cute.
I'm telling you, half of this life is figuring out what you like and then just embracing it and having it around you. So when you see it, it's just like happy. I'm
Yes,
happy.
for sure.
Okay, this one is random too. Because like when I was a kid, my grandpa and my dad would sometimes take me to 7-Eleven. And I was the only child for 6 years. So I was spoiled. And we would go to 7-Eleven and I would get a Slurpee that was half pina colada and then like half like pineapple and then a little touch of red at the top or something, but mainly pina colada. And it makes me so happy to think about. It makes me like every once in a while, I don't do 7-Eleven very often because it's not convenient. I don't think about it. I'm not like a convenience store girly either. But every once in a while, like in the hot dead of summer, I'll go get like a pina colada Slurpee. And it just makes me feel loved. It makes me think of my grandpa and my dad and going on little adventures and just like being like 5 years old and having the best day of your life.
I love that.
So good.
Another thing, random thing that I love is twinkle lights.
Oh my gosh.
Twinkle lights.
Yeah.
Everywhere, anywhere. I
Yeah.
love them. I love them. I want to put some up in my house. I don't know what I'm waiting for. I just need to have just
you do
year
it.
round.
Yeah.
You know?
You
just
love
year
it.
round.
I could see like you like the little fairy lights
Oh,
too.
all of those
the
little things.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Little twinkle lights. Love them.
I think that's so you. It's not even funny. I mean, again, yellow twinkle lights, bud vases, like happy girl over here.
Yes.
This is very telling. Everybody knows I love a good TV show or a good movie, but I tend to watch things I've watched before because it's hard to find like a new good show. But every once in a while, I will stumble upon a movie that is so good and like touches my soul in such a way that like it makes me so happy because I will put down my phone. I will not have another distraction and I just watch the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I feel like I'm transported and it's just like not that I'm in the movie, I'm not there, but it's just like I'm so in the story. And it just like creates this beautiful 2-hour bubble of time where I'm just like enveloped in it. And I freaking love it. Especially like when you're just kind of cozy and just the best part is when it's unexpected. I like unexpected joy because most of our life is just like I go from A to B to B to C and have to do errands and blah, blah, blah. So when it's interrupted by something that's like just simple and wonderful, it just
sounds amazing.
Makes such a difference.
I love that. One of my favorite scents is cinnamon.
Mm-hmm.
And so I love cinnamon. I love the scent. I also love the flavor.
Uh-huh.
And I love the roll.
Oh, yes.
Cinnamon roll.
The cinnamon roll, yes.
But the cinnamon roll cannot be dry.
Oh, no.
I have had
No.
way too many disappointing cinnamon rolls. I want a Cinnabon cinnamon roll.
Yes. Gooey.
And I always want that when I order, because I will order a cinnamon roll at a cafe or at a brunch or something. And frequently they're kind of disappointing because I'm just like, don't you know anything from Cinnabon? Like, don't you know that that's like the thing that they do really well? Like, just copy what they do. Like, make, Anyway, cinnamon.
Yeah.
It's so good.
So good. Okay, I have a smell one too. This is the Hostess cupcake, the orange one.
I don't think I've ever had one.
So, like the chocolate one? They have one. I call it a yellow because it's yellow, but it's actually orange flavored. And that was my favorite go-to treat growing up. Like, they were hard to come by because they used to not be everywhere. And for many years, you couldn't get them. I've shared before how like I refound them and hoarded them like a little crazy person, filling a backpack with them and bringing them back from Chicago once. But there's something about like, thankfully they have them at my local grocery store. And there's something really about the scent that just takes me back to just like, it's like when I smell it, it's like I'm standing in the sun with my eyes closed, just feeling the warmth of the day, like a hug. And that's what it does.
I love that.
It makes me think of like my family and just having fun and having a nice little treat. And it just makes me, it just makes me so calm and happy. I wish they would bottle it. I would spray it all over myself and just walk around in a trance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfume Day Hostess.
Yeah,
yes.
That's great.
That's a lot. Yeah.
No, I don't feel like this is a little thing. This is kind of a big thing, but I love it so much. And that's just the beach.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Warm beach, please.
Oh, okay.
Warm beach.
Okay.
But, and really just like bodies of water in general.
Mm-hmm.
I really love that. I feel like I need it to be a part of my life.
Yes. Yes, you do.
And that's why I needed to move closer to the river because we live in a desert and I wasn't close enough to it. There's something that is so therapeutic to me about water and seeing it and just having that be a part of my world. And I just love it so much. I need it in my life.
Yeah. All of my favorite like trips have been to seawater. Like the last time I remember, like we were at the Oregon coast with family and they had rented this Airbnb that overlooked the freaking ocean, but it was like fallish. So it was not like, I mean, it was cold, but there was kind of stormy and stuff. And it was just, it just transfixed you because it was so beautiful. And you're just watching the waves and listening. And it's just like unbelievable.
Love it
so good.
much. I almost named my child Ocean. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna also say that I love. There's two of my favorite snacks.
Okay.
I already talked about the caramel apple. That's the treat. The snacks that are my favorite are popcorn. It's just my all-time favorite snack. It doesn't get better. It just doesn't get better. I love all the savory stuff. I love chips and blah, 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 blah. But popcorn, and you can put different things on it. I like to put nutritional yeast on mine.
Interesting.
I know. My sister-in-law calls it hippie dust because she's like, what are you putting on there? And I'm like, it's nutritional yeast. She's like, what even is that?
It makes it taste cheesy.
It kind of does.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's good.
Yeah.
Butter and salt, of course.
Yes.
So good. Just so good.
Okay. Growing up, my best friend, her mom, we'd always, like, especially when we were like 8th, 9th grade, we'd always spend the night at each other's house, like almost every weekend. And the weekends I was there, her mom would make popcorn for us to eat. But they had one of those, like, we always had like microwave popcorn, usually. I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, but they had like the air popper.
Yeah, I have one.
So they make the air
I need to
popper.
use it.
She would get real butter out, melt the butter, drizzle it, and then salt it. And I was like, what am I eating?
It's crack. So good. It's so good. I also love a good Chicago mix. And that's a caramel with the cheddar.
Yep.
And the ratio for me, my preference is 2 cheddar to 1 caramel.
That's appropriate.
It is so good. And it's my favorite. So that, and then I did say that my other snack isn't a treat, but it is a treat. It's actually got treat in the name, and that is a Rice Krispie treat.
Oh, yeah.
But I like them homemade. There's a lot of Rice Krispie treats that I don't think are great.
Yeah.
But if I just make them with marshmallows, melted marshmallows with a little bit of butter, tiny bit of butter, and put it on Rice Krispies, the cereal.
Yes. Okay, I agree.
Delicious.
Because like the Rice Krispie brand, Rice Krispie treats.
I don't like those.
Not good.
No.
And a lot of times people get too crazy with it, right? There's like adding stuff. It's too
Yes,
much.
they're like drizzling whatever and
like,
sprinkles and this
I don't want white chocolate on it. No.
Straight up.
I have to say,
What?
at Yolks, it used to be $1. I think it's $1.99 now. They have a brown butter Rice Krispie treat. That's like the best non-homemade Rice Krispie treat I've ever had. Because it's just like more authentic to like home. They don't really add anything except they brown the butter before they make the Rice Krispie, which adds so much flavor.
Oh gosh, I got to do that.
Yeah,
I got to do
so
that.
good.
So I've got a few things on my list that I need to make now.
Yes.
Just to have regularly.
Oh my gosh. Okay. This one is my favorite thing maybe. And it's people that know when a conversation is over.
Ah.
Like I was talking to someone at like a wedding kind of party recently, and it's like a family member's spouse, and we have never really communicated before, like on a deep level. And I a lot of the times just like to start asking questions to figure someone out. So we're talking, and we had probably talked for like 15 minutes, and like we both just paused, and I just looked at him, and I was like, "This conversation has run its course." And we both went, "Yep." And then we just parted ways and never talked again.
Did you say it out loud?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay. Okay.
It felt right in the moment, and I knew he could take it.
Yeah.
And he agreed. And then we were like, great. And then we did it.
Bye.
And then we didn't talk the rest of the weekend. And I was just
fine.
like, that was perfect. Like we don't have
Love
to
that.
pretend that we need to like
Keep it going.
continue. Like
Nope.
we did all the things. It was great while it lasted, and now we're done. Isn't that wonderful? Like we don't have to force it.
That is so funny. I have two more. I've got plants on this list. Indoor plants.
Yeah, you are a plant.
I love
aholic.
plants.
Yeah.
And they bring me joy. They make me happy. I love it. I love the aesthetic of
Yeah.
a plant. The natural
Yeah.
plant. What are
No,
you doing?
I
You're
ju-
looking around.
No, I wish people could see your house, because when Jayme says she loves plants, we're not talking about like 3 house plants. We're not talking about where it's an actual greenhouse either,
No.
but it is a plethora of plants.
Yeah, I think I have like maybe 20.
In one room.
No.
Like it's amazing.
No, not quite. I might have more. I don't know. I got to count.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, you know what I really like?
What?
I really like a foot massage.
Oh, okay.
Really like that.
Do you force your children, or is it Tony?
No, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Tony's terrible at giving foot massages.
Who are you going to for foot
No
massages?
one.
Oh, okay.
I'm deprived.
Yeah. I actually went to a foot massage bar, which was awkward because I wasn't prepared, and then I wasn't ready for it.
Okay.
But it was kind of like the thought of it is nice, where you just go in and it's just kind of like when you get a pedicure and they give you like a massage in your lower.
It feels so good.
So
right
good.
now.
And it's just like, it was just that. You didn't have to get a pedicure. They just did a foot massage. And I was like, this is kind of amazing.
I would love that.
Yeah.
As long as it was sanitary.
Oh, yeah. Who wants an unsanitary?
Well, no
massage?
one. I just saw this horribly scary, of course it was real,
Yeah.
but of like, you know, those ones with the fish that like,
Oh, yeah.
like
Those are
eat
not
all the
sanitary.
dead. They're not sanitary. And some lady got like this horrible disease and
Oh,
she ended up
gosh.
losing all her toes.
Oh my gosh.
Horrible
yeah,
story.
Let's not do that.
No.
But this place was, basically they just put oil on your feet and rubbed them. So it was pretty benign.
Nice.
But yeah, it was good. Anyway, well, I loved hearing your stuff. I got a
Same.
little joy hearing about it.
Me too.
I think I'm going to go get a bud vase and just
I think you should.
stick it on my desk at work.
Yeah,
and
well,
just-
with a little flower.
with a little flower,
Yeah.
and just enjoy life.
Hey, if you're enjoying this podcast and would like to support our show, you can share episodes with your friends and family, follow us on Instagram at the Geriatric Millennials, or leave us a positive review and rating, all which help us to grow. Our theme music was created by the Finley Ghost, so check out their latest album now. Thank you so much.